Hey guys, Icy here, and today we're going to talk about champion points, specifically the ones along the left side of the Warfare tree as well as down in the Mastered Curation subtree. Timestamps will be in the description below. Now, who is this video for? It's targeted for healers in both PvE and PvP to help give them an idea on what CP they should or could be using based on the content that they're doing. In PvE, it's a bit more static with what is the most optimal when you're doing dungeon, trial, or arena content, and in PvP, it's a bit more dynamic, allowing for a more nuanced type of playstyle. I'll have some example loadouts near the end of the video to help give you an idea, but first let's go over each of these slottable passives, starting with the Mastered Curation subtree. The first slottable is called Enlivening Overflow. Overhealing yourself or an ally grants them health, magicka, and stamina recovery equal to 0.5% of your max magicka, up to 150 for 6 seconds, and with a 12-second cooldown, this has a 6-second downtime. With all the overhealing that occurs in PvE, this is very easy to proc on your team and is a solid form of sustain that pairs really well with Symphony of Blades. Next is from the Brink. Whenever you heal yourself or an ally under 25% health, you grant them a damage shield that absorbs up to 11,000 damage for 6 seconds. This can occur once every 30 seconds per target. Now, I wouldn't say this is a must-have in PvE, but it really is a solid choice for all levels of healers. When a teammate takes an unexpected amount of damage for whatever reason, this will proc on any of the heal over times that you have active, giving them or yourself the reprieve y'all need to get back to the fight. Next is Hope Infusion. Healing yourself or an ally under 50% health grants them minor heroism for 1 second every 300 magicka recovery you have. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds per target. This slottable is typically used for trial content because if you noticed, health bars are always bouncing all over the place, which makes this CP very attractive. Now, since there are 2 healers in the group, you want to have one healer running Hope Infusion and the other running Enlivening Overflow. This helps split the burden on both healers because instead of one healer stuck running 2 slottables, now it's shared between both, giving each healer 3 free slots to run something else instead of one healer having 4 free slots and the other having 2 free slots. Last in the subtree is Salve of Renewal. Whenever you remove a harmful effect from yourself or an ally, you sanctify the ground beneath them and heal them and allies within 8 meters for 6,400 health. This can occur once every 10 seconds. This is a great slottable CP to run in PvP if you are a Templar, Warden, or Necro healer, since they all have cleanse abilities in their class kits. You should also consider this CP if you were running either Stendarr's Embrace or Curse Eater. Outside of the Mastered Curation tree, we have the regular slottables. The first is Soothing Tide. Increases your healing done for area of effect heals by 10%. In trial content, your team will be stacked in certain locations, which makes this slottable a fantastic investment to help boost your healing on abilities like Illustrious Healing, Extended Ritual, and Budding Seeds. In PvP, fights are very mobile, and if you've seen any of my videos, I do use a lot of ground hots, but I would never consider investing CP into it since I don't think I would get a good return on my investment since people are always running in and out of them. Next is Focused Mending. Increases your healing done with a single target heal by 10%. This I would consider more for PvP if you're using skills like Cauterize, Honor the Dead, Polar Winds, and Healthy Offering. Next is Swift Renewal. Increases your healing done with healing over time effects by 10%. Now, similar to Soothing Tide, I usually only slot this when doing trial content, and if you didn't already know, this will boost all those same abilities that we mentioned earlier: Illustrious Healing, Extended Ritual, and Budding Seeds. So if you add these 2 slottables together, it's now 20% increase to healing, which makes them a great pair to run in trial content. In PvP, I consider only running this on a Nightblade healer because the class doesn't have a self-burst heal, which makes them more reliant on heal over times. Next is Cleansing Revival. Healing a target under 25% health removes all harmful effects from them. This effect can occur once every 24 seconds. Now, there are a ton of negative effects in PvP, which I think makes this CP very useful. If you weren't running sets like Stendarr's Embrace or Curse Eater, then I would definitely consider running it on classes that don't have cleanses in their kits, like the Sork, DK, or Nightblade healer. Next is Rejuvenator. Grants 165 weapon and spell damage to your healing abilities. This is a standard slottable I use when I'm running dungeon content, and simply put, it doesn't do anything special other than increase your heals. And the last CP is Foresight. After you drink a potion, the cost of your magicka and stamina healing abilities used for 6 seconds are reduced by 75%. Now, I used to run this in PvE a bit, but then I realized it was extremely useful in PvP. When you get jumped on, you can pop a potion and then spam Polar Winds, Honor the Dead, practically forever, spending like no resources, and hopefully giving you the reprieve that you need to figure out what you're going to do once that 6 seconds is up. And before we do the loadouts, I do want to give an honorable mention to Arcane Supremacy. I know it's not on the healing side of the Warfare tree, but this is another standard slottable that I do run when doing dungeon content, since the increase in max magicka will also boost my healing. Now for PvE dungeon and arena content, I'll typically run Enlivening Overflow from the Brink, Rejuvenator, and Arcane Supremacy. For trial content, I will run either Enlivening Overflow or Hope Infusion, and remember, you want to coordinate with the other healer in your group on who's running which one. Then Soothing Tide, Swift Renewal, and then the fourth slot is a flex. I go with something like Hope Infusion, Arcane Supremacy, or Rejuvenator. Any of those would work. For PvP, I'll always use Resilience for more crit resistance, and Bulwark because I want to be as strong as I can on the back bar when people focus me. And then from here, you have a few options. You can run 2 defense and 0 heal, 1 defense and 1 heal, or 0 defense and 2 heals. Your defense options are going to be Unassailable, Duelist Rebuff, and Enduring Resolve, and then your healing options are going to be Foresight, Cleansing Revival, Focused Mending, and Salve of Renewal. You want to mix and match appropriately based on the content you're running or the opponents that you're facing. Alright, and that is the end of the video. I hope this helps give you guys some perspective on how and when you should be using your CP as a healer in both PvE and PvP. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. And yeah, with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.